What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. I got a major warning here on a couple different things for a lot of people. Take a look here. The Supreme Court just made a ruling that says, yes, the IRS can secretly obtain your bank records. And I will give you the details of that here in this video. Also, we're getting details that the World Bank warns of a sharp slowdown for a wobbly global economy as things are not doing well. In addition to this, we're seeing a potential time bomb for the US economy as $1.5 trillion in real estate mortgages will come due within the next 2 years. This is a significant problem because mortgage interest rates have doubled, or even more than doubled here, as they've gone from less than 3% to 7%. And this is going to create a financial disaster for millions of Americans here in the United States and around the world. So, this is going to literally mean thousands of dollars more even per month in some cases, or tens of thousands of dollars more in interest costs for millions of Americans that maybe have adjustable rate mortgages or going to have to refinance. This is going to create a financial disaster. So let's jump right in because I got a lot of details here for you. Here we go. Okay, so the Supreme Court says the IRS can secretly obtain your bank records. Yeah, under an existing statute, the IRS can secretly probe your bank records and potentially those of your relatives without notice. Yeah, here's another headline. Supreme Court. Yes, the IRS can secretly obtain your bank records. The Supreme Court has sided with the IRS in a case that involves owing the IRS money, bank records, tax privacy, and notice. Here's the details. The IRS scored a win at the U.S. Supreme Court that could impact your privacy. The court recently released its ruling in the Polselli versus IRS case involving whether the agency can access bank records of a taxpayer's relatives or associates. Yeah, can't make this stuff up. Without notice to help the tax collections efforts. And the Supreme Court's answer was yes. Under an existing statute, the IRS can secretly probe your bank accounts and potentially your relatives' bank accounts without notice. This is probably because some people maybe try to hide money, through different sources, different relatives. It's going to be my guess here. The question presented is whether the exception to the notice requirement applies only where a delinquent taxpayer has legal interest in accounts or records summoned by the IRS under Section 7602A. A straightforward reading of the statutory text supplies a ready answer. The notice exception does not contain a limitation. Republican Chief Justice John Roberts wrote in the unanimous decision. Yikes. What does this mean for taxpayer in layman's terms, right? The IRS can probe financial records to aid in the collection of a taxpayer debt without notifying the taxpayer or third parties, like the taxpayer's relatives or associates. This can also happen when the IRS wants to see financial records belonging to someone other than the taxpayer who does not owe the IRS unpaid taxes. Wow. I don't know. Maybe this is one of the reasons why the Republicans want to stop the extra hiring of IRS agents. I don't know. You can let me know your thoughts here in the comments. This is an existing statute that was upheld. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says that in the debt ceiling bill that was passed, it basically negates any new hiring, at least for this year, of any new IRS agents. So you can let me know your thoughts. So it's some good and some bad here. But when the IRS owes you money for a tax return, sometimes those are delayed significantly, and if they owe you money, sometimes it takes forever. Also, sometimes when you need to call the IRS, sometimes that takes forever as well. So there's some good and some bad to not having a lot of IRS agents working. And remember, there's 330 million people or so in the US. The World Bank warns of a sharp slowdown for a wobbly global economy. China's reopening is starting to flag. The German economy has shrank for 2 quarters in a row, meaning one definition of a recession. The US economy did that earlier. By definition, that is a recession here. And we're starting to see several different warning signs, including the $1.5 trillion in real estate mortgages that will come due here within the next 2 years. Here is what Shark Tank star Barbara Corcoran says about real estate in the commercial sector and the home residential sector. Take a listen here.
Are U.S. real estate prices at a crossroads? Okay, two voices weighing in here. Tesla CEO Elon Musk and Federal Reserve Governor Michelle Bowman are taking opposite stances. This morning in Boston, Bowman said that the residential real estate market appears to be rebounding now, which could impact the Federal Reserve's inflation battle. While lower rents will eventually be reflected in inflation data, she says home prices are already leveling out right now and starting to rise once again. But on Monday, Tesla CEO Elon Musk said home values and residential real estate will follow the meltdown commercial real estate is experiencing right now. Whom should you believe? Well, if anybody should throw in their 2 cents or 2 billion cents into this argument, it's the queen of real estate, Barbara Corcoran. She joins me now in a First on Fox Business interview here in studio. Barbara, great to have you.
Pleasure to be here.
Oh, whose side do you come down on?
Oh, definitely. There's no relationship between the commercial and the residential. And the residential is starting to rebound, I agree. But the commercial is in trouble, yeah.
Okay, so Elon's wrong.
Of course he's wrong yet again, but he's cocky. And sometimes that counts for more.
Yeah, I get it. Well, we're talking about it. We're giving him oxygen on that issue, but not necessarily a real estate guy, nor is Michelle Bowman at the Fed. But you sitting here for us, tell us exactly what you see, and let's separate these. Residential real estate.
Well, what we really have holding up the market is the bottleneck that's out there. Sellers don't want to move from their apartment or their home because they don't want to take on higher interest rates, and buyers are too afraid because they're getting less house. In fact, they're getting half the house they would have only 2 years ago. So you get a Mexican standoff going on. But things are changing. The people who are going out there and buying are finding they're overbidding. They're having a hard time getting their hands on the house. And right now, what everybody's afraid of is the high interest rates. But the minute those interest rates come down, all hell's going to break loose and prices are going to go through the roof.
Well, look at the 30-year fixed.
Yes.
This is the latest price, and you can see it week over week.
Yes.
It had a 6 handle last week, and now it's got a 7 handle. And we can show people that because I think that it's very stark once you see it on the screen here. May 31st, 7.13% compared with March 2 months. March 31st, 6.88%.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to lose their low rate at the moment.
Nobody. You have to be crazy. They're staying put. But they're not going to stay put if interest rates go down by 2 points. It's going to be a signal for everybody to come back out and buy like crazy. And the house prices, I would not put it by the housing market that prices go up by 20%. We could have COVID all over again.
Case-Shiller Index says home prices fell 1.1% year over year. That's the first time we have seen that. But Case-Shiller's a little bit lagging because it's 2 months ago.
Yes, you're right about that.
Does that tell you that maybe Elon's right a little bit?
No, I don't think so. You know, you have to look at those numbers and say, where are they going up? Where are they going down? On the coastal areas, prices are going down because houses are just so not affordable. But if you look in the Southwest, prices are going up. You have some cities where prices are rebounding by 20% in 6 months.
How about this, South Florida? Is that
Miami?
it? I mean, Miami, whether it's Miami, whether it's Palm Beach, those prices have skyrocketed. Will they ever come down?
Hey, who knows? Who knows about ever? But what I can tell you is they're going up, and they're still going up, and it's one of the hottest markets. People love Florida. People love prices, and people are paying anything. I don't get it. It's not my cup of tea, but it's doing very, very well.
Boy, it sure sounds like a bubble.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Oh no, don't use that word, bubble. It's so very different. We don't have
Really?
wild ass investing in the market. People, it's their hard-earned cash in the market. People aren't over leveraged. There's really no comparison to now compared to what came before.
I'm dying to know. Put on your entrepreneur hat and tell me what you see in the commercial real estate area, because these skyscrapers, many of them trophy properties,
Yes.
are either in foreclosure or getting very close to foreclosure. Do entrepreneurial-minded people look at that and say, you know what, let me buy it, pennies on the dollar, and I'll just hold it until this thing ends?
Yeah, it's great to say pennies on the dollar, but no one has the confidence to buy it now. No one really believes it's going to turn the corner. You know, people are staying home. Our best office buildings in Midtown Manhattan are 50% occupied, and in most major cities or even secondary cities, we have a 20% vacancy rate. No one wants to take that chance. You know who's going to take it in the gut? Are the banks, the regional banks, the small banks who have financed it. And a lot of the different funds have come out now, and they're late on their mortgage payments to their lenders, and that's not a good sign. I don't see that turning around. I think it's going to be a bit of a bloodbath before it gets better.
And on top of that, do you get the sense that these regionals, that one or more of them are in trouble, that may follow the same fate as Silicon Valley Bank, Signature Bank, First Republic, which had to be bought by JP Morgan?
Yes.
Because today, those names are going down. Listen, on any given day, they're like meme stocks lately.
Yes.
They're trading all over the place.
Right.
A little scary, because regionals are the ones who write those commercial real estate loans.
Of course they're at risk. You know, when you look at their portfolios, they usually have 25% of their assets in commercial real estate. You can take that kind of a hit and keep on ticking. No, they're going to be in trouble, without a doubt.
You're the queen of real estate. I need your entrepreneurial view and some advice for our viewers who look and say, I want to be like her, whether it's in this field or another. What's the number one characteristic you feel really helped you build your business and has you buying businesses now or investing in them?
I had ambition, which I still have. It hasn't waned at all, and I'm extremely competitive. And when I invest in many different businesses and many lines of work, I find that's the commonality between all the winners and the losers. They just know how to compete.
Yeah, ambition, that'll do it. Or what I've said, if you've heard me say, or what I learned from wrestling, the 3 Ds: dedication, determination, and desire. Basically the same thing. That'll teach you how to build any business. We've had many here. Yeah. So, but if you see there, that could literally mean many more banks here in trouble. So be wary of that, and this could lead to really the whole economy here. That are, a lot of these banks are in trouble, and with the interest rates rising and staying high for a while, this could lead to even more of a economic crisis. So I'll keep you up to date here. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe down below. Click the bell icon so you don't miss out on any new videos. Of course, it's completely free to do so. And thank you so much for liking and share these videos with anybody that needs to hear this information. Here's some videos you should watch next. Social Security isn't safe anymore, and that's an exact quote. And if you have money in PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo, click here because your money could be in trouble. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.